Alright, here we go. Welcome back to the Game Smash podcast, and as always, I'm your host, William Liberty, and with me is...
Fawaz Muhammad Yusuf.
And today we got a good amount of stuff. We got the PlayStation firmware update. We got new Xbox One bundles. We got release dates listed for the Borderlands Triple Pack and Evolve Ultimate Edition. Titanfall sells 10 million copies. Square cancels the Deus Ex Augment your pre-order due to negative backlash. Zangief added to Street Fighter V, and Laura leaked for Street Fighter V, and then finally Far Cry Primal. So let's talk about what we played this week. So I had an interesting experience today, for this week. So it was October 6th, and that's where Metal Gear Online was coming out, right?
Oh.
So I wanted to go out and pick up some stuff, so I go out and I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to pre-order Rock Band 4 because I want to get my hands on Rock Band 4. So I go to the store, and the guy says, I tell him, can I pre-order Rock Band 4? And he's like, we have it. It came out today. I'm like, oh, can I buy a copy, please? And he's like, yeah, sure, here you go.
Oh my
So
God.
I picked up Rock Band because I thought it came out on the 10th, and it actually came out on the 6th for whatever reason. Like, I just completely slipped my mind. It was hilarious, because the guy just gave me the weirdest look.
But I mean, wasn't the 6th a Tuesday?
Yeah, you know what? I should have realized that. Old games come out on Tuesdays. Every
Definitely
single game.
not Saturdays.
Yeah, that's definitely not Saturdays. Definitely not Thanksgiving Saturdays.
Oh my God.
Oh, God, that was funny. So, then I went through the experience that was Rock Band 4, and oh boy, was there some good stuff, but there was some very nagging,
Really?
Yeah, well, first off, I booted up Rock Band 4, and then I was like, alright, I have to re-download all the songs that I bought over 4 years. So, I'm like, okay, this is going to take a while. Is there any, just download, or can I organize, go through the settings in the game to organize all the songs that should be free because I purchased them already? No. And I'm like, is there any way to select, songs that are, remotely, that I've owned? No. So I go to the PlayStation 4 store, and I go for the Rock Band 4 DLC, start at the letter A, and go down the list of 2,000 tracks. And it took me 3 hours to get all the songs.
Wow.
Oh, it was rough. It was rough. It was so rough that I was like, I don't want to look at the PlayStation 4 screen anymore. I have to stare at nature because I can't do this anymore. But then I did that, and I started downloading the songs, and the cool new thing that they added to the game, which is really, really cool, is that in every other Rock Band game for guitars, there's soloing, right? Which is the screen would turn blue, and you would have a little solo. Well, now, soloing in Rock Band 4 actually acts like soloing. You get to a particular section, and it gives you, a guideline. All right, strum notes on the top 5 frets, or strum notes on the bottom 5 frets.
Yeah.
And do them at this speed, or hit a really long note. So it gives you a technical guideline, so you can kind of just actually solo. So every time you get to a solo, it sounds different. So it gives you a little bit of creativity when you're playing the song, so you're not just doing the same solo that comes with the song over and over and over again. So that's actually a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. The thing that I don't really like about Rock Band 4 is this is a weird thing to say, but I feel like EA leaving Rock Band 4 might have actually affected them a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and that was a big surprise because I didn't realize, I guess EA gave them a bit more of a budget. Because I didn't realize how many features are kind of missing from Rock Band 4 that were in Rock Band 3. There's a decent amount of customization, but it's limited, not as grand as in Rock Band 3. There's certain things the thing that just boggled my mind is before, in all the games from Rock Band 2 to 3, you could easily customize your band. Like, you could create a band, go into Manage Band, and say, I want the drummer to be this created character. I want the singer to be this created character, right?
Yeah.
Well, at the moment, they don't have a way to do that. All they have is stand-ins, which are just pre-made characters. And I'm like, no, I want to use my created characters. I want to make my custom band. And I found a way to work around it, but it's stupid at best. You have to go into Manage Band, connect all your controllers, and when you select your profile, you can actually all the characters are except for specific like instruments like guitar and vocals.
Yeah.
Have my account BSS Man. So I have to go into that and go into guest, select control, put in all the controllers, and then select all the characters as if I had 4 people in the room. Go to an actual set list, and then when I start the set list, get to the vocals, click drop out, get to the drums, click drop out, click to the guitar, click drop out, so that I have all the characters that I want, and that's the only way I can play with the characters I want.
Damn.
Oh, it's like brutal. But I was looking things up online, and they said the reason that this game feels a lot different from the other games is because Rock Band 4 is it's not part of EA, so they're saying like, look guys, this is going to be the last Rock Band 4, and we're going to be updating it frequently with new features. Because what they did with the other Rock Bands is that they would just add more songs. They wouldn't add new features. So basically what they're saying is like, yes, there's a little things that are missing at launch, but they are coming. They are coming soon. Don't worry about them. They will be there. So I'm like, okay, that's at least a little bit of a, saving grace. But still, it's been of a rocky ride with Rock Band 4. But I still think the game is pretty fun.
Okay.
But I feel like right now, because there's so many things that are missing, Rock Band 3 is still the best version of the game you can get.
Okay.
Because it's got the most stuff. But other than that, I played Rainbow. I actually got into the Rainbow Six beta, which I heard you had a hard time getting into last time.
Yeah.
So I got to play around, and I actually played with some people that actually weren't douchebags. So it was actually a lot of fun. It was very, very, like team oriented, and yeah, you're completely right. It's like, you can get shot at and just die, just completely die. And I tried out a couple different classes. I tried out the Doc class, which I think is a really great class because you get a Healy gun, which you can shoot at people that are downed, or you can use on yourself if you're downed. So it gives you a really quick way to revive people or revive yourself. Which is really, really good. I tried a couple other classes. I tried like a Riot Shield class, which was a lot of fun. The other class that I picked was this Techno class, but I was like, I don't understand the point of this class because you get a wristwatch that allows you to scan or see through walls for electronic devices, right?
Okay.
But you can't tell what those electronic devices are. So you just say, there's an electronic device. It could be a C4, or it could be a radar. It could literally be the most, useless thing behind the door, or it could be a goddamn turret. So that was a little bit weird. But overall, I think it's a pretty good start. And I like the fact that it seems like what they're doing is that it's less about having super deep customization like in Rainbow Six 2, Vegas 2. Instead, it's more, okay, here's a bunch of cool classes that all have different features, and they're balanced really well. Like, I'll have to say that this game is really balanced well because of it.
Okay.
So I enjoyed it. Like I said, I literally only got to play like maybe 2 or 3 hours of the beta before it literally ended. That's how late I got to the party. Wow. So yeah. And then finally, the last thing I played, I got to play Metal Gear Solid Online. And that was in the same day when I was dealing with the Rock Band 4 shenanigans. So Metal Gear Solid Online gave me its own weird
Oh
shenanigans.
my god.
Because I started up. Now the game. Let me get this straight. The game, gameplay wise, it's great. It's fun, and there's some really cool modes to play. But there seems to be no way to actually join friends at the moment.
Oh my
So
god.
I'm like, I'm trying to play with my friend, and I want to join the game, and I want to be on the same team. So we literally go down the, like, you have to go to look for a match and scroll down the pages, and they're like, all right, go for a match that only has, like, maybe 2 or 3 players. Look for the player name, and it's like, all right, this guy has Donnie Douchebag or whatever. Okay, good. We'll both join that game, and we both join it. And it's like, sweet, we're actually in the same game. Sure, we're not on the same sides, and it flips between us being on the same side or not, but at least we're in the same game.
Yeah.
Oh man, that day was rough. Like downloading 3 hours of soundtracks and trying to work around Rock Band 4, and then immediately trying to find ways to get into this.
Damn.
Oh yeah, it was a
It
rough.
was-
It was a rough day. It was a rough day of like, why can't this be easier? But anyway, that's what I did this week. So what about you for one?
That's all you did this week?
That's all I did. Yeah.
Oh my god. But no, I played the Need for Speed beta.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun actually. I really enjoyed it. I'll get the bad out of the way first. So cutscenes are unskippable, right?
Oh goody.
Now you know I hate unskippable cutscenes, even in games with like really good writing, like Mass Effect and stuff like that. I hate unskippable cutscenes.
Fair enough.
So in Need for Speed, with its corny ass
Yeah.
dialogue and just cringe-worthy cutscenes. I'm like, seriously, who thought it was a good idea to make these unskippable? Now, you know, if it was it'd be one thing if there were like no load screens. So I'm like, okay, the cutscenes are masking the load screen.
Load screens. Yeah. Okay.
But you load to get into the cutscene and then you load out of the cutscene. So I'm like, so they're not masking anything. There's no reason for these to be unskippable. Hopefully, it's just for the beta. The other thing. The soundtrack was shit. It was
really?
actually, yeah, I know. I was surprised because most like street racing games usually have insane soundtracks.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really disappointed when most of the songs were just white noise. I actually just switched off the sound and started playing Spotify in the background while I was playing because yeah, the soundtrack was really bad. And then finally, this is a little minor, but I don't know who the idiot was. I thought it was a good idea to have the Need for Jack the Ripper Need for Speed beta watermark on the screen for the entire duration of the beta.
Oh god.
But that guy's an idiot. Seriously, it was so annoying because and it kept moving to different points on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, sure. I get that you want because we weren't supposed to be able to record any stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I get that you want if someone manages to post footage, you want everyone to know that this is from the beta. But like, I'm pretty sure there was a better way to handle this.
Mm-hmm.
But other than those minor gripes, the beta was a lot of fun. I really miss street racing games, and you know, it was just fun. It took me back to playing Midnight Club and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The customization is insane. It was kind of overwhelming actually. I didn't do a whole lot of customization because I didn't know what half the stuff did. I just kept upgrading my engine because I just wanted to go faster. And I was having issues outrunning the police. I'm like, yeah, that shouldn't happen. One last negative. The game also showed me why Always Online is not a good thing. Because the last day of the beta, I couldn't connect.
Yeah.
So I couldn't play at all on the last day. But overall, you know, I definitely enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep my eye on it, see how it does when it launches, and yeah. Oh, and then the other game I played, you know, Bloodborne. So funny story, Tanner.
Yep.
I made it to the Forbidden Woods.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have a fear of snakes, right? Do you remember the Forbidden Woods?
You have a fear of snakes. You were fucked if you went to the Forbidden Woods.
Dude, I literally ran through the Forbidden Woods. Like, I met the first dude. Like, I'm like, oh, it's a regular villager. Let me go kill him. I start hitting him, and then snakes just pop out of his head. I'm like, yep, I am out of here. I just sprinted. I sprint past the bridge. There's another snake guy there. I'm like, all right, later, dude. I'm sprinting through the forest, and it just those little snake bushes. Then I see the giant snake bushes. I'm like, yeah, sure, demonic snakes, because regular snakes weren't scary enough.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. I never thought about that level. It's like if you have a fear for snakes, you are super screwed.
Oh, and then I make it to the boss, and it's like, okay, these guys aren't too hard. Wait, they're transforming. Oh my god, it's snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? And I killed two of them. This dude sticks his hand in the plum. Like, oh, what's he doing? Oh my god, more snakes. It's more snakes. But yeah, it was my roommate probably had a good laugh because I was screaming half the time I was playing that
Oh
stage.
god, that's hilarious.
But I actually finished the game.
Oh, you did. Nice, nice.
Yeah, I finished it. I was actually really sad because I enjoyed it so much. So when I got to the final boss, who I won't spoil on the
Oh,
podcast.
but it's good. It's good.
Yeah, when I got to the final boss, I mean, the final boss battle was a lot of fun, but I wasn't even enjoying it because I was just sad that I was at the end of the game.
Mhm.
So I started another playthrough with a different character. I'm trying to skill build this time around, and I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. You know what? Funny thing is that a lot of the bosses, at least a lot of the main bosses, are really easy.
Yeah, well, once you figure out the gimmick, you can kind of, you can get around because like when you're fighting the boss for the first time, you're overloaded with, oh god, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
But once you know everything that they're gonna do, you can kind of prepare, and then it becomes a little bit easier for sure.
Yeah, even the Bloodstarved Beast, it only took me 2 tries to kill that. I beat Gascoigne in 1 try. It was so one-sided. I actually felt bad. But yeah, so I'm back at the Forbidden Forest again.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times.
But overall, I'm gonna try and like do it, because I skipped the challenge dungeons on my first playthrough.
Yeah.
But I heard there's a lot of really cool bosses that are exclusive to the challenge dungeons, so I'm gonna try to do a bunch of them on this playthrough.
Yeah, I find that the best way to do the challenge dungeons is like just do them on New Game Plus. Because when you beat the game, you just go straight into a New Game Plus mode. And I find it's better to do them like at that point than to do them during the main game. But it's sort of like it's debatable because there are some really cool moments in the challenge dungeons for sure.
Okay.
But is that it or?
Yeah, that's it.
All right,
Only
cool.
2 games.
Yeah, not like the onslaught of shit I was playing this week. All right, and so PlayStation firmware update. Let's get on to that. So they added a couple of new features. Communities is a new thing for games. There's an official PlayStation Plus tab, so you can actually go to it in the menu, and it will like show you what's available, like deals, what's free, whatnot, and then new stickers for stuff.
Yeah. Overall, kind of underwhelming, to be honest. I mean, you didn't even realize that there had been a
Well,
firmware
I
update.
kind of did, but I didn't know all that had been added. Like I noticed the big golden plus sign on my menu. Like I was like,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
new.
There's still a lot of like basic features that it's missing. Like I still can't appear offline.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because on the Xbox or on Skype, I can or on every other online thing, I can sign in and then make myself appear offline, right?
Right.
I can't do it with the PS4.
Yeah, that's odd. I guess that's a feature. Well, I don't know. That's a feature that I've never really needed. So like, I guess I don't really. It doesn't affect me that much. But yeah, I could see like people who's like, I just want to be offline. Yeah, I can definitely.
Yeah, you don't want to be able to receive a message while you're watching something on Netflix, right? So you just appear offline,
No,
and then you
that's
go into
the
Netflix
best
to watch
part.
your
That's
shit.
the best
Nope.
part. You're watching like your favorite movie, and I just spam you with messages about Bloodborne.
Yeah, so like that's one of the most basic things that I'm like, how do you not have that yet? Seriously. But so hopefully the next update, because I had a list, but I forgot. There's a bunch of like basic features that the PS4 still doesn't have, right?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they address those at some point, because communities is cool, and there's a bunch of other stuff that they added.
Yeah.
They increased the amount of cloud storage space and a couple of other minor things here and there. But overall,
Could be a little bit more for sure.
yeah.
The one thing that I noticed that was a little bit, it's funny because it's like, man, only this generation is gonna have this. It's like I have a big freaking tab with Destiny: The Taken King.
Oh, okay. So that's like, because I signed into my PS4 and Destiny was there.
And I'm just like, I don't have the game. I mean, I'm interested in the game, but I don't have it. Why is it in the menu? And it's like, oh my god, it's just a giant ad for the game, and it's just gonna stay there unless I find a way to get rid of it.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Because I was wondering how that happened when I came home. Because another thing that happened was that some like my credit card got charged for some money for my PlayStation account, right? So I
right,
thought, okay, maybe I was logged into a different console or something like
right,
that.
right, right.
But no, so that's just a thing.
I don't know. I have to look up more about it. But I just find that hilarious. You know what? Maybe Bungie was listening to our podcast and they just they heard me talk about Taken King, so they just, oh well, we're just gonna send it, to have it download onto your PS4, because you liked it so much, right?
Oh my
Oh god,
god,
that is hilarious.
so ridiculous.
Anyway, well, firmware updates, some interesting stuff. I'm interested to see how Communities plays out, because that could be a really cool thing.
Yeah,
But next on our next on our list, new Xbox One bundles. One of them including a Tomb Raider Super Bundle, which comes with the Definitive Edition and the new Tomb Raider that's coming out.
yeah. There's a bunch of really cool looking bundles. Some of them are shit,
Mm-hmm.
but there's the Tomb Raider bundle. There's the old school bundle. So it's got like Gears of War.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Gears of War the Ultimate Edition, or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
that stupid thing was called. Rare Replay and Ori Blind Forest, plus a 1 terabyte X-Bone.
Yeah, yeah.
There's the shitty bundle, so it comes with the Lego Movie and
Mm-hmm.
a 500 gigabyte console. There's the even shittier bundle. One sec, I believe it comes. There's a Connect bundle, so
Oh god.
the there's a white one that comes with Gears of War and 500 gigabytes console, and then there's a Connect one. It comes with, I don't know how many it doesn't say how many gigs the console is, or maybe I'm just not
Yeah,
maybe I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
stupid. But it comes with Connect and 3 Connect games. So yeah, never gonna touch that. And then of course they saved the absolute best for last, Fallout 4 bundle.
Oh yeah.
1 terabyte comes with Fallout 4, a microphone, and Fallout 3.
That's pretty good. That's pretty solid.
Yep. So Microsoft is not messing around this holiday season. The only disappointment, they also have a Halo 5 bundle coming at
Mm-hmm.
some point, and a Forza 6 bundle. So these dudes are not playing around
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah,
My
for
only
sure.
disappointment with the Fallout 4 bundle is that it's not a custom console.
Oh, you wanted it to be like a cool decal, like a nuclear stuff.
Yeah, because the Halo bundle it's a custom one, right? It's got this really really cool. I don't know how to explain it, but it's got this really cool design on the
Right.
console and the controller. But yeah, the Fallout one is just your standard, and the
Yeah.
Forza 6 one is also like really really good looking blue, and then the Gears bundle is white. So it's kind of disappointing that
Yeah.
the Fallout 4 one is just your standard black bundle, but it's
Well,
whatever.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, I've always had the funny situation where it's like my friend got this super custom Halo 3 Xbox 360 that it looked amazing, and then it red ringed in about a week, and they sent him back not a custom one, they sent him back a regular one. So. So I don't know. I've always had mixed feelings about customs because if it breaks down, you're not getting a replacement.
No. But yeah, overall, really, really good looking. They also have a bunch of other bundles that they announced before, like the FIFA one and some other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Microsoft, like I said, they're not playing around. They see an opportunity to close the gap. I mean, they're not catching Sony anytime
Mhm.
soon. I think the gap is like 8 million consoles. So like, you're not making that over the holidays.
Yeah, I mean, like it's definitely gonna. I'm sure that sales are probably gonna improve for sure during the holidays because like these bundles are very good. Like are overall pretty good. I think the one that I think is the best is probably either the Tomb Raider one or the old school one, which comes with like Rare Replay and Gears and the Ori Blind Forest. Like those are the two that I think are the best.
Really, you don't think the Fallout?
Okay,
4
well,
is-
yeah, obviously the Fallout 4 one is really, really good. I'm just saying overall, like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, but, because, oh yeah, I'm gonna be picking up Fallout 4 for my console, don't worry.
Yeah, and sorry for cutting you off, but they also cover a bunch of different areas. You've got your Forza bundle for your racing fans, your Halo bundle for your FPS fans, your Fallout bundle for your RPG fans, your Tomb Raider bundle for your what is Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider bundle? Oh, you get the.
No. I'm saying like what genre is that?
That would be action adventure.
Okay, for your action adventure fans, and then you've got your Gears of War and Rare Replay and Ori and the Blind Forest bundle for your
Well, old school. Yeah, it's basically you've got a beautiful indie game, which is Ori. You've got classic stuff, which is Rare Replay, and then you just have generic shooter, which is Gears.
So yeah, they cover a lot of bases with these bundles, and I'm intrigued to see how this affects their holiday sales.
Yeah, for sure. Just keep your eye out, I guess. And then next, we got a release dates listed for some more cool bundles or triple pack. Oh well, we got Borderlands triple pack, and we got the Evolve Ultimate Edition. The Borderlands triple pack comes out November 17th, and the Evolve Super Edition comes out on November 3rd. And as far as I can tell, the Borderlands triple pack comes with Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel.
Yes.
Yes.
And then they haven't detailed what the Evolve Ultimate Edition comes with, but I'm just going to assume that it comes with, at the very least, the Tier 4. Yeah, the Tier 4 Hunters and the Tier 4 Monster, and then a bunch of the customization options that were released at the launch of the game. I'm just going to assume that the Tier 5 stuff isn't going to be in the Ultimate Edition.
Probably not.
Yeah, but overall, it's what I've been waiting for, because one of the things that has put me off Evolve is just that the game is so fragmented,
Yeah.
You buy the game, and then there's like 500 different things that you can buy. And sure, most of it is just cosmetic, but it just runs, because I buy the game and then I have to buy the Goliath, and then I have to buy the season pass for the Tier 4 Hunters, and I have to buy the season pass for the Tier 5 Hunters, and it's fragmented. So an Ultimate Edition like this can go a long way to helping the game out. But I feel like at this point, no one cares anymore. The damage has already been done. The launch really, really, really hurt this game. Because I even looked at the comment section of this article. I went on the Reddit page. The Reddit page is where the diehard fans are. And one dude was like that, he saw the game on sale, should he buy it? And even the diehard fans were like, honestly, don't waste your time, man. The community is dead. It's a real shame.
Yeah, it's a shame because I had so much hopes. I actually had a lot of hopes for that game, and
it was one of the games. Sorry.
Well, it's just a game that could have been a really fun co-op experience. I mean, to be fair, I feel like this Super Edition might be worth it for some people. Because let's say, you and your friend commit to, let's both get this game, I've been interested in it, and you get a bunch of the DLC, you get a lot more content. Like I said, the best time to buy a game is when these Super Editions come out, because you're getting so much extra content that you wouldn't have if you just bought the game at launch.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely keep my eye on it. I'm gonna see what comes when they give more details on what it comes with. If it comes with the Tier 5 stuff and it's not too expensive, I might pick it up. Granted, November is Fallout month, so there is that too. But I might play this. If I'm really bored early in November and something to tide me over, I might pick this up. Well, one thing that I do like about this game is that unlike Rainbow Six, in Rainbow Six, you always need a squad, right?
Right.
But in this, if none of your friends are online, you can always just play the monster. There is that. But overall, it's such a shame how this game was handled, because this game was one of the reasons why I was planning on buying a next gen console this year, and then I bought my next gen console, and I never bought the game because it was so disappointing.
Yeah, it just sort of died, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess at least they're trying.
Yeah.
At the very least. But next on our list, Titanfall sells 10 million copies at this point, which is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, so it's funny because Evolve and Titanfall are always mentioned in the same breath when people are talking about online only games and why you shouldn't do it. So it's pretty cool how on one hand we have Evolve that I don't think is doing very well sales wise. Really. I don't think it did very well sales well. And on the other hand, you have Titanfall that sold 10 million copies. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, Titanfall was it was. You all right there, Tanner?
Yeah, no, just keep going.
Titanfall was light on the features when it launched, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, they didn't nickel and dime you for one. When the game launched, it was Titanfall. You bought Titanfall and you got it. They made the maps free for a very long time. I don't know if they're still free, but I know there was a long period of time where all the DLC maps were free. And just overall, even though it wasn't handled the best, it was handled better than Evolve. And I'm glad to see that it sold pretty well, because I would love to see a Titanfall that more time has been put into. Because while the core gameplay of Titanfall was a lot of fun, I feel like the game was rushed, which was why it was so light on features. So I would really love to see a Titanfall where the developers had the time to sit down and put a bunch of features in, iron stuff out, and give us a full-fledged feature-rich sequel. So I'm glad to see that it's 10 million copies for a new IP. Another thing that people said was that the game didn't sell well because it was only on Xbox One, and then apparently that's not true. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy for crap. What's the studio called again? Respawn.
Respawn. Yeah.
I'm very happy for Respawn, and hopefully we hear about Titanfall too soon.
Yeah, I want to hear more about Titanfall 2 for sure, because I'm definitely piqued for interest. But now for less positive news. Well, maybe positive news. Square cancels the Deus Ex Augment your pre-order due to backlash. Now, I will admit, I should have seen this coming, and it kind of makes sense. Because we talked about it on the podcast, and at first I thought, I never got to re-talk about it, and it's like, at first I really thought it was kind of a neat idea, but it was like maybe not presented the best way.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking about it more and more, and I'm like, you know what? This is a lot of insanity to put into your pre-order, and it's like, some people just want to buy the game. Like, they just want to have the game. They don't want to have to think about, oh god, I have to have like this many people to get this specific feature or whatnot. I don't know. I mean, I saw it. I should have seen it coming, and you know what? It's the safer thing to do, and I think it helps the game a little bit more. But what do you think about this?
Well, on one, it does make me proud, because gamers, like, personally, I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't pre-order ever, so I didn't give much. I thought it was an interesting idea that probably just wasn't handled very well.
Mm-hmm.
But I am proud that gamers were like, we don't like this. They spoke up about it, and I'm guessing the pre-order numbers weren't very high.
Yeah, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, so they voted with their wallet, and they made a change, which makes me proud, because there's a lot of people talk a lot, but then, like, a lot of my friends bitched about Destiny, and then when the Taken King came out, they bought it, and I'm like, well, you're never gonna get change if you do stuff like that. So I'm proud that people weren't happy with how this stuff was handled, and they spoke up about it, and they made a change. So good on Square Enix
and Eidos. Yeah.
For realizing that it wasn't worth the risk, and good on the gamers for telling Square Enix to go screw themselves.
Well, it makes sense, because like, this is the kind of game where it's like, you know what, I should have realized this is a very specific hardcore gamer audience that likes this game, like, Deus Ex, like, it's a really, really specific audience that loves this game. I mean, I love the game to all hell, but yeah, this is the kind of thing that I should have realized, no, you can't do this kind of weird pre-order stuff for this kind of audience, because they're not gonna like it. I'm interested to see if they're going to do something. Well, obviously they're going to have to do something new for pre-orders. They might just be like one just giant like bundle or something like that. I don't know. It depends. Or maybe they might just reduce it, which would kind of suck. But at the very least, we'll see. We'll see what goes on from here. But probably the better decision. Definitely, yeah, for sure. But next, some Street Fighter V news. Zangief got added to Street Fighter V. I want to point this out. I love Zangief. I love him.
Really?
Yeah, I love him. He's a great guy. He's got that weird Speedo, and everything about his beard is awesome. And yeah, I love Zangief.
Yeah. I didn't. I wasn't too excited by the trailer, to be honest. He looked kind of boring.
Fair enough.
but it's still early. His V skill gives him armor, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
it gives him like a few hits of armor, and then his V trigger puts him in a state where his V skill has infinite armor. I believe is
Oh,
the
okay,
case.
okay.
Yeah, his V skill it's weird. So his V trigger is weird because it's an attack like Nash, but then it's also an install like Ryu because
Oh,
like
okay.
you do the V trigger and he does is a lariat.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes into a special mode where he gets where he gets hyper armor on his V skill. But overall, he looks okay. They changed his spinning pile driver input. It's no longer at 360, which is fine and all because it makes it easier for newer people to pick him up because like grapplers are Zangief was generally not very popular with casual players because the command grab was so difficult to do. But on the flip side, it is kind of disappointing because one of the things I did like about Zangief was the command because I put a lot of time into practicing that command grab and learning how to do it like on the fly
Right,
and buffering it and all these techniques that I just like well now they're all out the window because now it's no longer at 360. So I'm pretty sure I'm just being like a hipster right now, but it is what it is.
No, I can see that for sure. That could be definitely disappointing. I don't know. I mean, like as far as the classic like Street Fighter V characters, I'm glad he's here. Although I do admit, like he could have maybe looked a little bit different. Like I think there was somebody in the comments like apparently Zangief once had like a cape or something like that at one point.
I think in an alpha he wears a cape, but he like takes it off.
Yeah, like some people were saying like, oh, it would have been cool if he had the cape on, and that like halfway through the battle he just rips it off or something like that.
Yeah, I do wish he looks different. I can't lie. But overall, so you sound excited for him. Other than his speed, or anything else you liked about Zangief?
Well, I just like the basic stuff. Just how he looks and whatnot. Like, okay, because you have to understand, like, I'm more interested in the character's looks and their general feel than the gameplay mechanics. Like a lot, because obviously I'm not the greatest at fighting games, so. If you had that command grab that you were saying was really hard and no one could really do unless you practice, I would never be able to do that. So yeah, like there's certain things that's like I'm more interested in, and it's more the presentation that I'm interested in. But next on our list, Laura. Laura got leaked for Street Fighter V.
Yeah, well, she's officially been announced at this point.
Oh, okay,
There's a trailer and everything. She's she's weird because. She uses a lot of grapples, but the grapples were at the end of combos. So I don't think because when she leaked, people saw images of her like doing a lot of different grabs, and people were like, okay, so she's gonna be another grappler type character. But she didn't do a single command grab in her announcement trailer. Every single grapple she did was like I don't know how to describe that. It wasn't a command grab. It was like a comboable grab,
right.
Which is so we still don't have a good idea of how she's going to play. She has a projectile, though, a really slow moving projectile that could use for some crazy setups. We don't know what her V skill or V trigger are. We can only speculate. Based on the trailer, it looks like her V trigger is going to be an install that like improves the properties of certain special moves. And her V skill, we still don't know what that is yet. Her V reversal, it causes a knockdown, so she could probably like knock you down and then throw out a fireball to do a setup on you or something like that. Yeah. Overall, though, she looks pretty cool. It kind of sucks that she got leaked because Ono, the creative director, he's a bit of a troll. So
I heard about this.
Yeah, so I know for a fact if she hadn't leaked, he would have teased an image of the electricity that she uses, so people look at it and think, "Oh, that's Blanca." Especially since she was going to be announced at the Brazilian game show, and Blanca is Brazilian as well.
Also, there was a teaser where he was talking about Street Fighter V, and he had a bunch of Blanka statues in front of him, and he was wearing like a Blanka costume.
Yeah. So he was probably gonna troll us to make us think that Blanca was gonna be in the game and be like, oh no, actually it's Laura, but she leaked. So yeah, sucks to be you. Oh no.
It's like, we win this round.
But yeah, overall though, she looks really cool, really interesting, and I can't wait to see more in-depth gameplay of her and a lot of the characters that have been announced because Rashid, Karen, her, Zangief, we still have a good idea of how they play in this game yet.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that.
Yeah, for sure. But overall, I think the roster is still doing good. Still,
yeah.
Every character that they've announced, there hasn't been one yet that I've just been like, ugh.
Even Vega?
No, like I like Vega. I just keep the freaking mask on. You gotta don't take the mask off. You look really ugly when you take the mask off. But anyway, but now last on our list, Far Cry Primal, which is apparently the new Far Cry game that they're working on, and it takes place in like literally the dawn of time, which is bizarre to me, to a weird thing. But what did you think about this?
Well, first of all, did not see that coming.
Yeah.
At all. I was just at work and I looked at my phone and it was like, oh yeah, Far Cry Primal leaked. So I kind of like this because it's, I complain about too many sequels, and I mean we did have a Far Cry literally last year, but
yeah,
this isn't your standard Far Cry. It's more of a spin-off type game. So I like that's a bit of a middle ground, right? You're still you still have the name brand recognition and stuff, but in terms of gameplay, it's absolutely nothing like the old Primal. There's no guns in this game. This is like the old Far Cry. There's no guns in this game. Overall, though, I did get a very Horizon vibe from it.
Yeah. I did think about that as well.
And so it's also gonna be released on the 23rd of February. So because there's not enough games coming out.
Clearly, no, it's a completely dry month.
Yeah. So granted, I wouldn't be surprised if this game was delayed, because if you remember when Hitman got delayed, I was like, a game announced 6 months before its release date, $20 says it's gonna get delayed. This is announced like 4 months before its release date.
So yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if this got delayed, but overall, it looked really cool. I can't lie. They definitely have my attention.
Well, yeah. I was interested. I mean, part of me was like, will there be enough to do? Like, I know, because obviously, I played a lot of Far Cry 3, and I liked some of the gunplay in Far Cry 3, and grappling across like giant cliffs and shooting with my pistol and using my knife. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many features are going to be in this one because, well, you're at the dawn of time. They don't have grenade launchers. So, there's some things that I'm a little bit worried about, but something that I actually really, it took this one to really realize how much Far Cry as a series is really interesting, is that every single Far Cry is completely different. Like, when you think about it, it's like just like tonally, and just there's certain things that are really different about them. Like when you think about it, Far Cry 2 was in, like, savannah. Far Cry 3 was in, like, jungles and, the sea and stuff like that. Then Far Cry Blood Dragon, which was all cyber and 80s cheese. Then you had, like, Far Cry 4, where it was all in, what was the setting? It was,
like Thailand or something?
Thailand, yeah, basically, yeah. And then you have this one, which is at the dawn of time. So it's really interesting, because I've never really seen a series that kind of... It feels similar, but
the Himalayas.
So. Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting. And I like this. I'm excited for eventually when Far Cry goes into space. Because I can't wait for that. Because that's the natural evolution.
I mean, they came pretty close with Blood Dragon.
Yeah, for sure. Which, honestly, my favorite Far Cry is Far Cry 3, but honestly, it's, like, the gameplay's really good in Far Cry 3, but the thing that always stood out for me was the villain in Far Cry 3. He was just so good he was so good, and he was performed so well. And honestly, he was performed so well that Ubisoft literally sold the game on his performance, which was amazing.
Like the box art.
Yeah, he literally. I don't know what their box art was before, but then they said, screw that, we're gonna put him on the front.
Yeah, and then they tried to naturally catch lightning in a bottle twice with the villain of Far Cry 4, who was pretty much the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't bad. Like there was some entertaining stuff to him, but he was no Vaas. Like Vaas was a lot deeper as far as just stuff. But anyway, I don't know. I like Far Cry Primal enough to give it a thumbs up for now.
Yeah, I know. I agree completely. I mean, hopefully we're gonna see a lot of it in the coming months because it doesn't have a lot of time before it comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm definitely interested. It's completely single player is the impression I got. They said there's gonna be no multiplayer in this, and yeah,
all right,
looking forward to hearing more.
Keep your eyes out for it. But I think with that, we're going to have to wrap things up. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. If you leave a comment in the comment section, we'll make sure to answer in the next podcast. And as always, this was your host, William Liberty, and
Fuaz Muhammad Yusuf.
And we'll see you guys next time.